Hey guys, I haven't made an Apex Legends video in a while, and there's actually been a ton of stuff that's happened recently, and that's going to happen very soon. So I wanted to make this video just to talk about a few topics that I think are really important. So the first thing I think I wanted to talk about was the Season 4 extension you can see on the screen now. Season 4 has been extended for a week. Now that is because of a very important reason. Well, actually, quite a few reasons. Season 4 is gonna end a week later because of a new event that I'll talk about in a second, and also just because Apex Legends thought that it was a good idea to let players have more time to like grind on the battle pass and try and rank up a little bit, which I think is great because personally, looking at my rank, I am Silver 2. I'm going to try and get to Gold, I think, just before the end of the season. Yeah, I don't play ranked that often, but thankfully, now that the season's going to start a bit later, I think I'll have some time to try and just get to Gold at least. Season 5 is going to start a week later than we thought, and this is because of a new event that's coming this Tuesday, which is the 28th of April, and that event I think is called the Battle Armor event, and it's going to take place for 14 days. It's an LTM, and it's going to take place on World's Edge. And basically what's going to happen is that they're going to completely change how body shields are going to work. So starting from the 28th until the 2nd of May, every player will drop into the map with a white body shield and a P2020. Body shields are going to be completely removed from the loot on the map, so you can't like find a blue, purple, or Evo or anything like that on the map. Now the P2020, obviously you can change that up, but I think basically this is to just it's called the Battle Armor event, so I guess for a certain amount of days you're just going to have the same armor. And what I think is really interesting is that as the days go by, so May 2nd to May 6th, you're going to have level 2 armor. May 6th to May 9th, you're going to have level 3. And then May 9th to May 12th is Evo armor. But if you don't get kills, it's not like you can find, a purple armor on the map, because it won't be there. So you have to, if you want to get good armor, you got to get into fights, which is going to change the meta completely for this event. So a lot of stuff to think about there. But yeah, so Respawn, in conclusion, Respawn have basically extended Season 4 a little bit because they wanted to do a new event, the Battle Armor event. It's coming on the 28th, on Tuesday. I'm going to make a video about this, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, you guys should definitely look out for that. That's coming very soon. Okay, so the next topic I wanted to talk about was something that I was going to make a video on, but then didn't have the time. It's actually to do with something that's been going on the past couple of days. I think it's gone now, so unfortunately that video is never going to come out for you guys, but there's a ton of stuff online. So there were 3 key cards that were dotted around both maps, and when they were in succession, so you had the first one, second one, the third one, and each one showed like a little portion of a map. And when you put all 3 of them together, it was a little tease for an extension to labs on Kings Canyon. So I think basically this is a little tease to show that maybe in Season 5 we're going to be going back to Kings Canyon. What people have been saying is that we think we're going to go back to Kings Canyon and there's going to be an update to the map, including labs. And maybe some more lore about Wraith, a little bit of lore to do with the new character in Season 5, which we're going to talk about in a second. But yeah, so the little tease that was in Kings Canyon and World's Edge for the new update on the map actually has a lot of stuff to do with the new character that's going to be in Season 5. So if you've been living under a rock recently, you will not know about the new legend who will be coming in Season 5. Obviously, we don't know this for sure, but there's a ton of evidence to back this up that the new legend is going to be called Loba. And if you guys watched the Season 4 trailer, where Revenant is like infiltrating the Hammond Robotics building, you see throughout the trailer that there's a little girl who is sort of the daughter of these 2 parents who get brutally killed by Revenant, by the way. And then right at the end you see a little scene of her like lying next to her dead father. So basically that is Loba. Now I know what you're thinking. that was a tiny little girl. How could a tiny little girl join Apex Legends? Well, a lot of theory has been put into this. Basically, people think that this was set way in the past, and then Revenant joined the Apex games a lot later after this happened. So if that girl was still alive today, she would be, what, like in her 20s, 30s? So there's a lot of theory to say that, you know, she's going to be the next Legend coming in Season 5, and is probably going to join the Apex Legends games to, like, take revenge on Revenant, which is a pretty cool part of the lore, I must say. But I just want to link this back to what I was talking about earlier. When we saw the tease for the Labs update in-game, this obviously is the home of, like, where Wraith learned to use her interdimensional powers. So if we talk about some of Loba's abilities that we think are going to come to the game, they kind of relate to Wraith, just a little bit. They kind of use the same technology that she has going on with her, you know, going into the void. So a long time ago, her abilities were teased in-game by lots of data miners, and they showed an ability like where she could throw a disc and she would teleport to that location. So I have a feeling that the reason why Labs has been teased to have an extension is because our new Legend Loba is going to be related to that. So how her abilities work, you throw a disc, you teleport to that location, probably by briefly going into the void to get to there. So it's kind of similar to Wraith's abilities, not exactly the same, but pretty similar. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how she fits into the lore, how the map's going to evolve around her, how her abilities are going to work and everything like that. But yeah, now we should move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which was a Mirage buff or a Mirage rework. I wanted to talk about this because I think it's something that has been long overdue. I think Mirage has been a very weak character when compared to all the other Legends. He's really needed a buff for a long time, and finally, the Respawn team have sort of suggested that he will be getting a buff in Season 5. So Mirage might be getting the buff that we saw in the Deja Loot event. Very briefly, it was for, Dummy's Big Day, and one of the ultimates was like a clone sort of ultimate where you would have these 5 other clones that would like circle around you and mimic your every move. So obviously that wouldn't like be a buff sort of thing, it would be a rework because, you know, obviously Mirage wouldn't be invisible, he'd just have clones mimicking him. So I don't know, if you guys think that would be better or worse or whatever, just tell me down in the comments. I'm really interested to see what you guys think. I personally am just excited for Mirage to have a rework and a rethink because he's a really interesting character, he's got a great personality, and he's really funny, and I think he's fun to play, but it's just really disappointing because he slightly falls flat when, you know, he's compared to other Legends that have a lot of better abilities. For example, Gibraltar, you know, he's got a load of buffs recently. But anyway, I just wanted to mention this because it's something that I think is quite important. I am rambling on a little bit here, but the next thing I wanted to talk about was something that has been bothering me personally a lot, and that is the reconnect feature that's going to be coming very soon. I think it's going to be coming in Season 5. So basically, a lot of the time I was getting kicked out of matches, especially in ranked, where, you know, you'd have an internet issue and you come back and then maybe you'd lose RP, or, you know, you just get kicked out of a ranked match that was going really well for you, and that sucked. So Apex Legends have decided to bring into a reconnect feature. Oh, see, it's just happened now. Disconnected player. This happens to me all the time. God damn it. But basically, it basically just means that if you get kicked out of a game and you can log back in, if the game's still going on, then it will automatically send you right back into the game, so you can carry on where you left off, which is great because it's been an issue that's been bothering me for a long time as well. And I'm glad they're finally doing something about it. So just a little thing there, but I wanted to say it because I think it's really important and it's something quite personal to me. Okay, so that is it. I know this is kind of a boring video, but I think it was really worth making because there's a ton of stuff that I wanted to talk about. There will be some future vids in the next couple of days. Obviously, the event's going to drop on Tuesday. That's the Battle Armor event. And I'm thinking of doing different videos for when we have the white shields, the blue, the purple, and the Evo. So look out for that. But anyways, if you guys found this video useful, let me know in the comments. Maybe leave a like. It really means a lot to me when you guys show support, because I want to keep making videos like this where I just talk about certain things that I haven't been able to get videos about on the channel. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up to this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.